So we covered body and space last time. Anything pending from last time? Do you
Not
have
really,
any?
no. I think so. There's a couple of things. So one is I took it a lot on board what you mentioned about thinking more about how I move. So I've been practicing a lot with that movement and trying to
Yeah,
go with the stages of the funnel. And I
cool.
think
Yeah,
that works well.
yeah,
So that's good. Thanks for saying that. And then second is the slides. I did the slides so that we can look at them. So I can, if we run through it today, I can do it with sharing my screen with the slides so you see them at the
yes,
same time.
yeah,
The one thing I'll mention is the climate funnel itself. So right now I've got it just so you don't sort of focus too much on it. So I've done basically the funnel horizontal, as we said. The problem is right now I'm having the text rotated to fit into the boxes. So it feels a little bit awkward, but what I've done is I've developed 4 or 5 different options at the end that I'll show you to get your feedback as well. So
yeah. We
I've got it
discussed. Yeah,
with like horizontal, vertical, and different
sure,
versions to see what you think. 'Cause now it's just like adjusting the funnel
sure,
however you
sure.
want.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
just so
yeah.
you don't get too focused on, oh, those letters are like this.
No,
Like I've
no,
got
right,
different
right. Got
options.
it, got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. And actually, the idea is that slides are just there as a support, are not
yeah,
essential. So, but yeah, yeah. Thank you for telling me.
yeah,
So we have slides, we have lights, and we have. Well, let's say now so that we don't forget at the end. In fact, at the end, I will have to dash off at the top of the hour.
yeah,
Um, so slides, video recording. Yes. So they are going to record the video
yeah.
or several videos, edit
They
and
confirm.
everything.
They confirm it
Cool.
will be recorded. I'll be on YouTube. Yeah.
Yes. Now, for you yourself, don't trust them.
Mm.
I mean, have someone take a video of you,
Yeah.
possibly with a camera. And if you're really picky and whatever, record yourself. Bring a microphone yourself and clip it on you and
Yeah.
record yourself. So have your own recording of yourself.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
Good
it's
idea.
just one thing that goes bad and you won't have it. You will have done it, great, fantastic, but you won't have kind of evidence. I was working with Google Campus in London some 10 years ago, and they invited me to give a speech. And so I was on the stage with Google Campus Science behind and everything, and the audience loved it and everything. And there was a technical issue. There's no recording of that. Nothing, zero. And it's so annoying because it was I mean it's a great thing. You can say, oh, I spoke at Google, you know.
Yeah.
So don't try, and that was Google. I mean, it was not like some random guy. But rubbish, or as they say, shit happens. So you never know. You're never too prepared for that. So some tiny micro. I don't know. Do you have some recorder?
Not a recorder, but I do have a small, decent lavalier micro. So maybe I bring that and connect it to the phone and just hit record on the phone on the like a voice memo.
Exactly. And I would say check that it works before you get there. If it's an iPhone, is it an iPhone?
No, I've got a Fairphone.
Right. Yeah, of course. You're right. And I didn't get to that point yet.
That's okay.
And so does it record well?
Yeah. So I've got, I mean, the phone is all right, but the microphone is decent. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Cool. Okay. So test that it works, that there are no strange
Yeah.
noises. You can test it now. I mean,
Yeah.
weeks
Before.
So you record your voice, which is even more important than the video,
Yeah.
because the voice clarity, and actually you can use that recording to what's the word, to put the voice to a video that maybe is noisy, and definitely the video taken from the audience would be noisy, because it would be noisy when echo and whatnot.
Yeah.
So this tiny
Yeah. No, I'll get Irene to record me. We've got a little camera that's decent, and she can use that one. Yeah. Bring
exactly
the tripod.
Yeah. Oh, with the tripod, or even handheld, if she's good at keeping it like
Yeah.
steady, it's nice if it kind of wobbles a bit.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like going
Yeah.
like
I'm
crazy.
just thinking,
Okay,
like,
so
you holding the thing for 20 minutes is a little bit too much, maybe.
it's long. Yeah, it's long. Okay, so then we have the slides that we're going to watch now to check. Using the space we spoke already. Lights on stage, you don't have much to do on that, but make sure that when you move on stage, you're in well lit areas, unless going in a dark area is part of the content of what you want to say. That might be. But I don't think it's our case now. And then how do you feel? Do you feel any kind of stage jitters or like fright or worries? I don't think.
No, I think
No.
I'm quite happy with it. I mean, obviously there's a little bit of thing
Yeah.
there, like if I go blank, right? It won't be a super pleasant
No.
feeling, but yeah, I'm not like super stressed about it. Yeah.
Okay. So let's do the slides now, and then we do a simple thing that might help if someone goes blank.
Yeah.
Okay. Besides of having it all written in your pocket and you take it out and sorry guys, and read, which is something that you could also do. I've seen some TED speakers, and I was surprised. Some of them go on stage with notes like this.
Yeah. I've
When
seen.
TED says explicitly don't do it.
Yeah,
And
I saw one recently, actually, one recent video of a guy talking about climate communication, and he had the notes and he was like passing the note, like he wasn't looking at it all the time, but he had it there, and every now and then he was looking. That he was like, yeah.
Well, in my opinion, well, you rehearsed and practiced a lot, and I think you are able to do it without. I see two negative points of doing with that thing. One is that you show that you didn't prepare.
Yeah.
Well, but you're literally are showing, and then that thing anchors your attention. I mean, your attention anchors to the sheets, and if anything goes wrong there, you are lost. If number 2 and number 3, you swap number 2 and number 3. It's oh my god, no, sorry, it's that, and then you're focused on something that is totally off, right? So that is really, it feels like a safe anchor, but in fact it's not safe, and it's a bad anchor. So I would suggest not to do it. I really think you don't need it. But it might
I don't think. Yeah, I'll do it now.
Yeah, and it might help having a like one sheet, one A5 sheet, like small like this, with the talk structure in your pocket.
Yeah.
But you don't focus on that. You just go to that if you really are, oh my God, I'm totally blank. Sorry, guys. And you take it out, and at least you have something, right? but
Yeah.
you won't need it. But
Yeah.
that thing, having it in your pocket is like knowing that, okay, there is a safety net.
Yeah.
I have a safety jacket while I'm sailing. I don't
Yeah.
plan to fall, over into the ocean, but just in case, I have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably do it. I'm actually gonna make a note of that just to make sure I don't forget.
And that is a positive anchor because it gives you safety. It's like Linus blanket of Charlie Brown. You know, the child that goes around with the blanket and it feels that he's protected by the blanket. Okay, so let's see the slides.
Yes.
Actually, let's see the slides. Let's see your talk with the slides.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, if you show the slides, I won't see, I will see you very small moving around.
Yeah, I think on Zoom you can move the slides and this like my screen and my image. You can make myself like as big as the slides, I think.
Possibly, yes. Let's see
Let me share
if I
my
can
screen
do
and
it.
you can try.
Yeah.
So in the speaker view, I think if you go on the top right where you have like the speaker view, there's this there should be like speaker side by side with the slides, and then you can just move the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
middle
yeah.
bar.
Yeah. You're slightly smaller, but that's
Yeah.
fine. Actually, let's do gallery so I see. Okay. Oh no, I can also, I can make you bigger. Oh yeah, I can make you same as big as the other one. Okay, cool. Thank you for telling me. This is interesting.
Yeah, no, I use that all the time.
All right. Okay, good. Oh, that's your car.
I wish.
You wished in the past.
Yeah. Well, there's still a part of me that wish to have a Ferrari, but it's
Yeah,
it's
but
it's not a priority.
no, but maybe in a few years there will be electric Ferraris.
Yeah, there are some already actually, but
Yeah.
not really interested anymore. It's
No,
more
no, no,
the
no.
dream of seeing it, but I would
Yeah.
rather do something helpful with that money.
Yeah. Well, you would spend it probably differently and
Yeah,
more wisely.
yeah.
Uh, okay. So, and actually, there's also another point. I will see the slides for the entire presentation, but when you are on stage, use them sparingly. Don't leave a slide on the screen unless it's the funnel. Well, let's see. We discuss this later. But
Yeah.
in general, when you present something and say, "Oh, this guy he loved the Ferraris," boom, and you show the Ferrari, but then it lasts a couple of seconds, and people get it, and that's it, and go on. But then they look at you, they focus on you, so there's nothing on screen to distract them from you.
Okay. Yeah. No, we can
Okay.
talk about that, yeah, later.
Yeah, which means that basically you could try and create a slide deck with blank slides.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe just a blank slide with your name on top as if it was the events slide saying this is Carlos Terol.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
You can invent something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so ready when you are.
Okay. So do you see the Ferrari? Yeah, you see my screen.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm just
Perfect.
thinking in terms of walking here, because I don't want to go too far for you. So where do you see me? Up
Okay,
until
stop.
here you see me, yeah?
That's the very far end of the stage for me right now, for
Yeah.
what I see. So it's
And
very
you,
small. It's not even 2 meters, but never mind.
no, you hear me from here?
Yeah. A bit
Yeah.
of echo, but no problem. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Are you not fed up with all of these talks about net zero and climate change between yesterday and today? why don't we shift gears and talk about something cool like Ferraris? So there's this guy who loves sports cars with polluting exhausts. A very climate-friendly guy, right? He was studying at uni and living a pretty normal life. He would drive everywhere in his petrol car with a very loud free exhaust. His goals and aspirations in life: having the more expensive and polluting car each decade until retiring with a Ferrari, but not an electric one. And I'm curious, can you raise your hand if you think this guy is somehow likely to help inspire people to take climate action and with whom you would like to engage? Okay, that's very interesting. Hold on to that for now. Whilst at uni, he had heard about climate change, of course, but it had nothing to do with him. You know, all those statistics and images of polar bears were way too abstract and far away for him. But our guy had a friend from an African country who one day invited him to visit. When our guy arrived, he saw a totally different reality. People living in poverty, pollution everywhere, lack of opportunities. Not even a McDonald's. How crazy is that? And our guy was surprised when locals started treating him like family from day one and started sharing their challenges with him. He learned that people in the area were struggling to get water and they had to go further and further away to find it. Life was hard. After a couple of months, he went to live in a country in Europe, and since he had been moved by the social challenges he had seen, he started volunteering with a charity. And he started running events with university professors and PhD students around different global issues. One of the talks was about renewable energy and how it is crucial to tackle climate change. Our guy was very inspired by the speaker and decided to start surrounding himself with people who were also interested in sustainability. After a few months, he felt he needed to do his bit for the planet. So he started researching ideas to live more sustainably. He started taking actions like getting a reusable water bottle or eating less meat. After a couple of years, he even decided to sell his car. Yes, the one with the loud and polluting exhaust. He didn't feel it was aligned with his values anymore. 8 years had passed since his trip to the African country. After changing a lot of his lifestyle, he realized that he wasn't changing that much in the world. Yes, his life was completely different, but everything around him remained the same. And he came to the realization that he needed to collaborate more with others. He then started a global platform to connect people who wanted to create a positive impact in the world. And he also became very active on social media to try and help inspire more people to take climate action. And you wouldn't believe this, but to his surprise, he was invited to give a talk at a pretty cool sustainability event. It was called Innovation Zero. That guy who loved polluting exhausts and Ferraris is right here talking to you right now. That guy, in case anybody's a bit lost, it's me. I'm sure most of you saw this coming. Now let's go back to that question I asked you earlier. Can you raise your hand if you think this guy is somehow likely to help inspire other people to take climate action and with whom you would like to engage? Okay, that's quite a different response now. And let me ask you another question. Can you raise your hand if you think you would have come here today to Innovation Zero if you had never taken any climate action before, regardless of how big or small? Okay, Pretty much no one, right? That's because to take climate action, we need to go through different stages first. So let me introduce you to the climate funnel, a framework with different stages to communicate more effectively and intentionally about climate change and inspire more people to take action. And I get really excited at this point, as you can tell. Now, if we go back to my own story and start from the funnel on the very left, when I was at uni just caring about Ferraris and polluting exhausts, I was very unaware of climate change, even if I had heard about it. So I was outside the funnel. When I went to Africa, I became aware at a personal level and I entered the funnel. When I started running the events for the charity, I developed the motivation to start taking action. That led me to start taking low impact action. Things like getting a reusable water bottle or eating less meat. After taking a lot of those, I developed the mindset to start taking high impact actions. Things like creating a global platform for change makers or becoming a climate fresh facilitator and a content creator to help educate and inspire more people to take climate action. So as you can see, I have moved through the different stages of the climate funnel. I just didn't wake up one day and start taking high impact action. And hopefully, you can also see how you have moved through it too. Because you wouldn't be here today if you hadn't gone through some of those stages already. Unless your employer forced you to come, of course. But hopefully that's not the case for most of you. And I'm curious, can you raise your hand if you feel you're already at this high impact action stage? Actually, I just realized I jumped that. That's a little bit later. So let's look at what each stage means. Outside the funnel, on the far left, we've got deniers and people who are unaware. Deniers or dismissive people not only don't believe the science, but are actively pushing to discredit it. Unaware people lack exposure to the issue. They may have heard about climate change, but they know very little about it or how it affects them. When people become aware at a personal level, they enter the funnel. People who are aware but not motivated typically have doubts and questions, see climate change as a distant issue, or it is simply not high up in their priority list because they're busy. Motivated people are those who have developed an interest in the issues and solutions, but are lacking a little push from others or the resources to take action. When people build enough motivation, they typically start taking low impact action. Things like the reusable water bottle, driving less, or eating less meat. After people take a lot of low impact actions, they tend to realize that those are necessary, but are not enough, and that we need more high impact actions. The ones taken by people in a coordinated way and focusing on systems change. And it's important to mention that high impact actions are still actions taken by individuals. It's not about sitting back and relax and leaving responsibility to governments and corporates. It's about you and I taking action collectively. Things like joining movements, creating movements, inspiring people to move forward in the funnel, voting, talking to politicians, protesting, making your company truly sustainable. The options are endless. And just out of curiosity, can you raise your hand now this time if you think you are already at this high impact action stage? Okay. I mean, to me, you all are because you are here today joining the movement. So, how do we use the climate funnel as a framework? Well, the first step is to recognize where you are in the funnel, which you just kind of did. Then, the idea is to use the climate funnel next time you engage in a conversation, whether it's with a colleague, a neighbor, or a customer. We want to bring everyone on board. And the way we do that is by following 3 simple steps. First, identify where they are in the funnel. Second, adapt your message to meet them where they are. And third, inspire them to move forward in the funnel. We cannot tell someone who has never heard about net zero to stop flying or go vegan. Like we cannot tell someone who's leading a climate company to just focus on recycling. They can do a lot more than that. Adapting our message is key. So, how do we use the climate funnel as a framework? If we start again outside the climate funnel on the far left, deniers. Research by the Yale program on climate change communication shows that deniers represent a maximum of 10% of the population in most countries. Now, what do we do with them? Easy. As climate scientist Katherine Hayhoe recommends, just ignore them and move on. It's almost impossible to change a denier's mind, so it's much better to focus our energy on the remaining 90% of the population instead. Now, for people who are unaware of climate change, one of the best ways to engage them is by not mentioning the words climate change, even if it sounds counterintuitive. Research by the Potential Energy Coalition found that the best way to engage people in the climate crisis is to talk like a human, avoiding jargon, numbers, and statistics. Don't talk about decarbonization, net zero, anthropogenic. Instead, talk about pollution, overheating, extreme weather. Especially, keep it super local and relevant to the person you're talking to. There's nothing less relatable for someone outside the climate funnel than talking about the polar bears not having ice or tropical islands going underwater. Instead, ask them about what matters to them. Is it the river flooding, air pollution, expensive energy? Ask them about what matters to them, and that's how you can start bringing them into the funnel. Now, for people who are aware but not motivated, again, continue building trust and learning more about them. When people trust you, they listen to you. That's why communities are so important. And try to learn if they have doubts and questions and help them clarify them without bombarding them with figures and stats. If they see climate change as a distant issue, try to show them how it's happening today in their local area without exaggerating. Slowly, help them build motivation by talking more about the issues that matter most to them. Now, motivated people who are not taking action yet typically say things like, I want to take action, but I don't know where to start. Or I want to get started, but I feel alone in this battle. Help them by joining forces. Share a few ideas of very easy actions that you can take together. It doesn't matter if they're very low impact. What matters is that they get started so that they can build the mindset for more actions. And again, continue building trust and focusing on what matters to them. Is it air pollution? Maybe suggest carpooling to work together. Is it biodiversity? Suggest putting some bird food in their garden. Is it food waste? You can do compost together. The idea is to move them from motivation into action. So any action counts. Just keep it super easy for them. Now, for people who are already taking low impact action, The first step is to recognize the value of the actions they are taking. Far too often, I see people in the low impact action stage stop taking action because other people further ahead in the funnel tell them their actions are not making an impact. Isn't that sad? We want to inspire people to move forward in the funnel, not backwards. So the first step is to acknowledge the impact they are making, however big or small. Because what matters is not just the action itself, but the mindset they are building, which eventually can lead to high impact actions. After acknowledging them, we can suggest a few ideas of higher impact actions, but try not to go to the extreme so they don't feel overwhelmed. Somebody who just ditched plastic straws is very unlikely to go on a climate protest or switch jobs for a climate one. Meet them where they are and inspire them to build to higher impact actions one step at a time. Now, for people who are already taking high impact actions, the biggest challenge I see is that they tend to remain in their echo chambers, talking to people who are also very advanced in the funnel and arguing whether we should call it climate change or climate crisis. If you find yourself talking to someone who is there, remind them that the highest impact actions we can take are about multiplication and amplification. Things like educating, inspiring, and mobilizing others. Just picture this. According to Fork Ranger, you can make a bigger impact by just inspiring two friends to stop eating beef with you rather than going vegan on your own. Use your voice to create good ripples. See, right now, our main problem is that there are too many people outside the climate funnel or in the initial layers, even if we don't get that impression because we live in our small climate bubbles. We need to put our energy into bringing a lot more people into the funnel and inspire them to move through it. Our goal is to make the funnel as wide as possible at the end to create big systems change. What we need is an inverted climate funnel where lots of people have gone through the different stages and are taking high impact actions. So if you just remember one thing from today, this should be it. Use the climate funnel to inspire more people to take climate action by meeting them where they are in their journey. After all, even a guy who loves polluting exhausts could one day help inspire more people to take climate action. Maybe. Thank you very much.
Great.
Great. Yeah, how was it?
Yeah, very good. So you know it, but you know it very well. You can present very well. If you make a mistake, you know how to manage it, and that's fine. It might happen. That's fine. Because the way you did it, I liked it because you made it easy for the editor to edit out the wrong part. Right. So yeah. Just correcting on the go, it's difficult then to edit out. If I say your name and I mistake it, I say Carlos Terol. It doesn't work. It's so difficult then to edit out. Instead, you can say Carlos Terol, right? So I leave a blank and repeat, rather than fumbling and making it confused, and then it's difficult to edit. So this is one point. So yes, good. At the beginning, when you say, here is a guy who loved Ferraris or loves Ferraris?
So there's this guy who loves polluting exhausts. So I say it in present, yeah.
present, but then you say, then he went to Africa.
Yeah, so that's because I wanna yeah, I'm not sure how to say that because I wanna say
I
that.
understand what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I thought about it as well. Because I wanted to say it as is in the present, but then obviously there's a story. So I guess I should say who loved, right?
Well, no, I see your point. In fact, I guess that present works better because otherwise it's already clear that you're going to tell a story
Yeah,
that he
that's
does.
it. That I didn't want to
Yeah,
say too much,
yeah,
like to for people to think, well, something changed, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But some, and I'm sorry, I didn't notice this before. Uh, the way you could manage, but now this means changing slightly the script, is to do every block in present tense. So now, for example, 5 years has passed, and the guy goes to Africa or whatever. 2 years has passed, or after it's 2 years now. 2 years later, the guy goes to Africa.
Yeah.
3
Yeah, I
years
think it
later.
might be a bit more change. Maybe I just say like, so there was this guy who loved polluting exhaust, and then just keep it the rest as it is. And it's like a bit of a story. So there was this guy who loved. So it's a bit like an introduction to this story, I guess.
I like when you say, here is a guy who loves Ferraris or who loves polluting exhausts.
Yeah.
Then, but then it can be all in present tense. Then he meets a friend who invites him to his country in Africa or something like that. And he sees this and that, da da da. Then he goes back and he meets at university. He joins a group at university. I try to remember. And then he starts using bamboo toothbrushes or whatever. And then he creates da da. And then
Yeah.
he's invited da da da. So it could be, no, I say, and then it shouldn't be always and then, or it could be because it's far up. Apart. But I would say also do this change only if it's not an overload.
Yeah.
Because if it becomes complicated to change the tense and then remembering, and then when
Yeah.
you go, oh my God,
Yeah, because I
you could
think
just,
it works quite well in the past. So yeah, I might just change the very beginning, or even if it's not 100% grammatically correct, I might just leave it to like not reveal everything in the first one and then go to the past. I guess people
yeah.
sort of make the jump fairly quickly. So
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
yeah,
okay. So let's leave it as it is. Yes, okay. Then one note about the second slide, the camels.
yeah.
The first thing that came to mind, maybe I'm wrong, but it's kind of stereotyping, because people living in poverty is not camels walking in the desert.
Yeah. No, I thought that. I thought of maybe putting some images of like poverty or
Of
something.
poverty.
But
Yes, slums.
I didn't want to put the images of poverty because I think that's not the point of the like, going into that area. And also because
Okay.
I put this image because where I went was the Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
Although I don't mention it. But also because when I mentioned like people were struggling to get water and they had to go further and further away.
Okay.
So it's
What
like
about a well?
the well, yeah.
A well, a typical African well, which spells poverty.
Yeah.
First, because it's a well, it's not a tap that you just turn and water comes out, and it's not particularly technologically advanced.
Yeah.
maybe I'm just suggesting because
yeah, I'll have a look. Yeah.
It's like, oh no, look, wait a minute. I'm from there and we love our camels. What the fuck do you want from me?
Yeah.
We're not poor because of that.
Yeah, I think it was just to put an image of Africa, really, to sort of show
No, I
the trip.
understand.
But I totally get your point. I think
But
I
I
thought
tell you
about it
what,
like that. It's not super connected.
no. But
Yeah.
that's the thought that it switched into my mind. And it might do the same for
For
someone,
people.
the
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
It's like a conflict between the image and what you're saying.
Yeah.
The others, no, I think we're fine. Well, if you were on a TEDx, which you're not, I will say make sure that you have the right to use the images on a TED.
Yeah.
Here, probably you don't have problems,
Yeah.
but
So they're all from Canva. So I believe they're all
okay, so they're
free to
free.
use.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, they are not free. Whatever. Yes, free.
Yeah.
Okay, then so done. Slides again. At the end, I think you had different types of slides for unaware, aware, motivated, low impact, high impact, highlighting each one of them.
Yeah.
It's either you forgot to click through or it didn't work
Oh, it
because
didn't.
no,
Oh, that's
no,
strange. Yeah, I think I did.
it's not what I saw. I mean, uh, it was like moving not in sync with your text, with what you were saying.
Really? Oh, that's strange.
So if you're sure, if you are like positive that you are clicking in the right moment, that's fine, no problem.
I
I just
think
wanted
so. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I'll be more careful. Yeah, just in case.
check. Well, let's see also the video how it comes out.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't share with you any of the videos.
No, but I've seen them on YouTube, right? They're on YouTube.
But not all of them,
No?
because
Ah,
the last couple I didn't upload. So I
ah,
will upload this and you check. Um,
yeah.
Also on my screen, it's not clear where the highlighted which part of the funnel is highlighted,
No? Okay.
because you change the intensity of the color,
Hmm.
but the colors are different, and somehow, for example, the blue on my screen jumps out on its own just because it's blue and it's
Yeah.
stronger.
Hmm.
So what about making the slide so that the part of the funnel that you are talking about is in color and all the others are gray? That could be that there is some. I would explore this if it was my slides, but
Yeah.
your style, probably you talk with your the guy that helps you with the Elia, helps you
Elia,
with the
yeah, I
slide.
need to share this with him. I haven't
So
done it yet. But
yeah,
yeah, I'll see that, or maybe I just put it a lot more sort of faded out to make sure that the one that it
yeah,
stands out. Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then how to put the names.
Yeah.
This is
So
again how I would do it. You see?
yeah, so I'll show you. So I've got here one of those like that. So that's one, the one we've seen. Then we've got this in horizontal with the black. I was trying white or black. I think black is a bit easier to read, no?
Yeah.
So this one is horizontal, but you can read it, so that's okay. Now I've got this one, as you say, which it's fine, but I think it's a bit more confusing. Like it's not so easy to follow. Like you have to look at the two places.
Yeah.
Because if I try to put them more like each of them aligned, but it just looks a bit weird. I think it's better to have them all aligned on one side. But it looks a bit like it looks clean, but this is easier to follow, right? Than this.
Okay. Oh, this one. So there is a delay in the thing because I just now I saw the one with the white labels with
Ah,
the arrows.
maybe it's because your internet is a little bit slow.
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. So that's why. Because right now I saw and now it changed back to the funnel without the arrows,
So
without the long arrows.
I've got the vertical one as well. I'm showing you the vertical one. Are you seeing it?
I see the origin, well, the kind of similar to the original, but with the horizontal
Oh,
text
then
inside the box.
the delay is pretty long then.
Yeah. Okay. Now, oh my God. Okay. See with white. Now I see. Now I see the text is outside. Now I see the vertical. Yes. Oh
Well,
my God.
that
Stop
took
it.
like 20 seconds to
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get
It's
to.
it's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. Yeah. Well, this one. Uh, well, if you.
Like I think the funnel by itself is the one it looks better vertical,
Yeah.
but then it's a bit tricky what you said last time. Like one you have the deniers at the top, like they're the king of
Yeah.
impact.
Exactly.
Then
Exactly.
then the forward thing doesn't work as well. I mean you can still say forward to refer going down, but it's just not
Yeah,
so
but going
straight.
down sounds bad. You don't want anyone to go down.
Yeah. And also the
You want
fact
to go,
that I'm gonna be moving with the stages, it's easier if they
yeah,
are
yeah,
horizontal, right? So
yeah.
all in all, I would say this is probably the easiest to follow.
Okay, let's wait 20
Let's
seconds.
wait 20 seconds. So it's the horizontal with the letters in black inside the boxes.
Not yet. It's amazing.
And that's probably why the clicking wasn't working for you
No,
because you
no,
were like,
definitely. It's that. Yeah,
yeah,
because it was, yeah, okay. So it's white, black letters. Yes, yes. Um, yes, it's only deniers and unaware who are not horizontal.
yeah, because they're not the funnel really, so at least it's not so
Right. Yeah,
important.
yeah.
What do you think?
And actually, you could put the deniers and the unaware in two boxes, one on top of the other. Let me make it a drawing.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I like it
Something like
like,
this.
yeah,
So that would be unaware, deniers, and then
yeah.
funnel starts, and then off it
Hmm.
goes.
Yeah, I think I like it like this because it represents that it's the unaware that we can bring into the
All
funnel. Like
right, you're right, you're right, you're
the
right, you're right.
deniers, we leave them out, like they have nothing to do
Okay.
with
Yeah,
us.
yeah. Okay,
So
okay. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No problem. Yeah.
So
Okay.
again, because I think this one, I'm showing you the one with the text outside.
Yes.
Like it doesn't look bad. It looks good, but I think it's just a little bit more difficult to follow. Although the graphic looks a bit better, I think. Um, like the funnel itself, the shape of it. Because the other one has to be like a bit stretched.
Yeah, to fit the text.
Yeah,
I didn't get anything yet. Can you believe it? I'm still at the.
it will come through. It will come
Okay,
through.
yes. Okay, I see. I see. Okay, this is difficult because you have to follow the elbow arrows.
Yeah.
But what if you make each so basically you remove the horizontal part of the arrow
Mm.
and you put
I
the text just by the
yeah.
vertical part.
I did try, but the problem is that because the sentences are all different, so it just looks a bit weird with like different lengths in there. It's not very visually appealing to the eye.
Oh, got it.
But like one of them will finish here, the next here, the next there, the next there, and the
Yeah.
whole shape
But
is a bit weird.
they would start, each one would start where the vertical leg is.
Yeah.
The vertical leg, and it says unaware. Then the next one, vertical leg, aware. Or you probably see me the other way around.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's unaware. And the next one, aware. And the next one, motivated.
Yeah.
But up to you. This one doesn't work because it's really you have to follow through the line, and it's
Yeah.
complicated.
Yeah.
So up to you. Check with Elia.
Yeah. Did you connect with him already?
Well, no, not yet. We didn't
No.
speak yet. I said hello, but now, no, there is another point, and this is important, and this was confusing. And actually, the way you move almost in real time. There is no delay. So because I see your mouth, and
Yeah.
but you were moving around the anchor points in some kind of an odd fashion. Because you started going, oh, let me see, that is you see me on the left, right?
On the left,
Correct?
yeah. Left.
Yeah. Okay, so you started. Point number one, blah 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 blah. Point number two, blah 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 blah. And so you're reverting to the center. You didn't go like, and point number one, blah 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 blah, and then point number two, blah 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 blah, and point number three, blah 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 blah, and number four and five. You didn't do this.
I think I did. Yeah.
No,
So
no,
it's only when I'm not into one of those stages that I move around. So there's some places where I jump from, like I finish the funnel and then before I jump again at the beginning, so I move around a little bit. But then the stages I did go through them. I'm pretty sure of that, yeah. But I did move around, for example, when I was
okay.
like,
I will share with you the video.
Yeah, we'll have a look. Yeah.
And you check. I mean, it's almost impossible because I see your mouth speaking the thing that I hear.
Yeah.
So there is no delay. There is maybe 1 second delay. But
Yeah, no, I'll check it just in case. But if I didn't do it, it was definitely not on purpose. Like I would go stage one and stay here, and stage two, stay
That's
here,
exactly
stage
my
three.
point.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess it was not on purpose, and you didn't realize that you were moving around, and even I think even when you both in the first when you tell the story, but also then when you say what to do with each one of them, you are moving around, and that's fine as long as you are aware and you decide to do so.
Yeah.
But my perception was that it was different from what you intended to do, because of course when you start talking, it's cool. It feels natural to move around and tell a story, and so you're like kind of pacing the stage, even when I would have expected to see you standing in one spot. But let's not make a big mountain out of this. Let's not stress out about this.
Yeah.
I was making an observation, and in
No,
the
definitely.
end,
Yeah, I'll check it.
you have the slides that work well, and you don't even want to make it too mechanical of going always, okay, here, okay, here, right? Of course, you don't want to do this either. Maybe another thing that you could use is not only right to left, because you see me left to right, but for you on stage is right to left. It could also be, and check how the stage is organized, but it could be also farther to closer, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Right. For example, it could be try.
Yeah.
Now, here I'm just adding probably complexity.
No, but it's good to have the option, to think about different ways that could work. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you use one and you decided 10 minutes before doing it. and you
Yeah.
just do it. Right. Um, okay. Now, in 3 minutes, I have to be in another call.
Yes.
So next time we have the dress rehearsal, and so next time I will give you also those ideas on how to cope with the sudden loss of memory.
Yeah.
Um, and that one, all the rest, I think we said it. We have all clear. Suggestion is that you don't stress out too much on the talk this week, or maybe you can work on the talk till Sunday, and then you take probably a couple of days off, 3-4 days off.
Yeah.
Maybe not an entire week, but a couple
Yeah.
of days
No,
off.
I think maybe, yeah, I'll just take a couple of days. Yeah. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
rehearse more and more, and with some people as well. I've got some plans for more people to
Cool.
rehearse
Yeah,
with.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So maybe after the dress rehearsal, which is next Thursday,
Yeah.
with me, and so in that occasion, let's try to make it the most real possible. Which means, for example, do you have another screen?
I've
A
got my
separate.
laptop.
Okay, so that you show me on so that you use the other screen with the slides as if it were the mega screen.
Not
Not
this
through
tricky
not
because
through the
I cannot really put it anywhere and here, I
you
think.
don't have you don't have room. Oh,
I don't have
maybe
anything to put it on standing really.
no. But maybe on the desk to your left, there
Yeah.
might be some room to put a screen and turn a bit your camera so that I see the screen and I see you and
Yeah.
well,
Not sure.
otherwise,
Yeah.
no problem. But use the space, use the
Yeah.
space as you did today. Um, so I will send you today's video, the link.
Yeah.
Actually, we send you the Zoom link so that you can see it from Zoom. So you don't
Okay.
have to download it or anything. You can download it if you want.
Yeah.
So you see this thing of how you paste or how
Mm.
you move it around and if it was in
Yeah.
sync or not.
Yeah. No,
Okay?
thank you. Yeah.
And then
Awesome.
we meet next time, next week.
We meet next week for a final time.
Yeah. Great stuff, Carlos.
Yeah. Thanks a lot,
Great job.
Leonardo. Have a good
See
one
you
and see you
soon.
soon. Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Ciao.